This is the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 87. Today we're going to talk about why most businesses don't scale and what I teach my clients instead.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Welcome back to the Big D Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Sikowski, and this podcast stands for three things: wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. Before I get started, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like this episode, drop a comment below, and let me know where you're listening from and what kind of business you own. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, follow, because understand the show and why we put these episodes out every week aren't only to help you, but to help other people and make awareness. So by you subscribing, you liking, you sharing, and getting these episodes out, we can show more people all the things that we share here at the Big D Podcast. Now let's get into today's episode. Honestly, I think this might be one of the most important business episodes that I've ever dropped or ever recorded, because I don't think that most entrepreneurs know everything or don't know everything, but I think this episode is super important to understand why most businesses are where they are, because I don't think a lot of entrepreneurs have bad businesses like they think. I think they built businesses that accidentally became their prison. They started business because they wanted freedom. Freedom from a boss, freedom to make more money, as much money as they can, freedom to spend more time with their family, freedom to call their own shots, freedom to create something super meaningful in their life. And somewhere along the way, the business became the thing that they couldn't escape. The phone never stops ringing. Customers need them all the time. Employees need them all the time. Payroll needs their attention all the time. The office always needs them. Your spouse always needs you. Your kids always need you. And that's why you're exhausted if this is you. I know, because I lived it. I've built businesses, I've sold businesses, and I've lost businesses. So guys, understand something. I've had the shovel, used the shovel, sold the shovel, lost the shovel. I understand what I'm talking about here, and I'm only going to share from experience. I coach entrepreneurs doing 6-7 figures and beyond, and I can tell you something that's going to sting a little bit. Most businesses don't fail because of lack of opportunity. Most businesses fail because the owner never evolves. That's what we're going to talk about today. Why most businesses never scale and why most business owners stay stuck. And that's exactly what I teach my clients. To build wealth, you want to build wealth. It's a vehicle. Money allows you to create freedom, and it's a tool. You want freedom because that's the whole reason why you got involved in business, to really call your own shots. And a business that doesn't own you, you don't want to feel trapped. But before we dive into today, I want to thank the sponsors of the Big D episode, Wabam. Wabam is a company that supplies products for car detailing, boat detailing, mobile home detailing, any kind of things that you have, motorcycles, whatever it is. They've got a ton of products on the market. Here's just a couple products that we have here. We have Vivid, the interior cleaner, and we have Whiplash. Just a few weeks back, we were with these guys over at the truck show in Atlantic City, New Jersey. One of our vehicles was out there, shipped out there, and the guys over at Gem Powder Coating and Wabam put it together, had one of the vehicles out there. And it's an honor to be partnered up with these guys and to really, really be able to show the market something that works, because there's so many products in the market that don't work. So go check out getwabam.com and use code BIGD10 for a discount. Also, Never Broken. I'm wearing a shirt here. Never Broken. It's for that man that's never broken. He's to keep going for his family, allow himself to grow beyond everything that he feels like he could do in the moment, but he's not going to break because he knows why it's important. So go check out Never Broken. It's neverbrokenco.com, neverbrokenco.com, Never Broken Clothing and Apparel Company. They have hats, they have t-shirts, unbelievable stuff. Go also Proud Father Apparel. Proud Father Apparel is for the dad that always shows up. Doesn't matter what he's doing. He knows the reason why he's doing it. Showing up day in and day out, hard work, supporting his family, and also being there for his family. Go check out proudfatherapparel.com and use code BIGD15 and get yourself a discount. I also want to talk about a couple new sponsors that we have here at the Big D Podcast. Smart Credit. So Smart Credit is a company that looks at your credit, helps you rebuild your credit, eliminate many of the things that can be taken off of your credit, and build your credit score over time. Because we know that purchasing a house, purchasing cars, these are some of the biggest things that we do in our life, and sometimes our credit's just not where it needs to be. Go check out smartcredit.com/Big Dan Official and get a free 7-day trial. And take a look at what they offer and how they can help you. And I guarantee you, just within 30 days, you're going to see some amazing results. Also, Jobber. I want to talk about Jobber. Jobber is a CRM company that I used in my construction company when I had it. Jobber allows you to facilitate so many things in your business, send follow-ups, send quotes, send updated emails, have all your customer information so you're not searching for everything, doing everything, automated messages, emails, invoices, everything that you need so you're not trying to trace everything and remember every step. Go check out go.getjobber.com/Big D and you'll receive a discount on the Jobber CRM. And you'll be able to enjoy it, and you'll get unlimited support for whatever it is that you need. Also, Ability Tree. Ability Tree is our foundation of choice. We've partnered up with Ability Tree. They are not a sponsor. We are actually working with them, providing for them as we do episodes on other podcasts, live events, whatever we do. We donate to Ability Tree. They are our foundation of choice. They support families that are impacted by disability. An incredible organization. Love it. We're going to be at their summer camps this summer, supporting them, watching them, helping them grow. And we really stand behind them. The goal is to be an ultimate top supporter for these guys long term. So go please check out what they're doing at abilitytree.org. Now let's get into it. What I want to do is I want to start by talking about the operator trap. Because most business owners never make it to CEO. They always stay in the trap of the operator. I remember being so deep in my first construction business. My phone never stopped ringing. Guys couldn't make decisions without calling me. Customers wanted me here, wanted me there all the time. The office always needed me. Sales always wanted me. The crews were always reaching out to me instead of the foremans. Everybody wanted me, and I used to wear that as a badge of honor. I thought, man, I'm important. I matter. They need me. I convinced myself that being overwhelmed meant that I was successful in my business. But the truth, I wasn't important. I was the bottleneck of my business. I had trained every single person in my organization, every single person that was a part of my business, that they needed to depend on me. And because of that, every follow-up had to go through me. Every business decision had to go through me. Quick interruption to the show. Want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors.
Hey guys, I'm over here with Joe from Wabam. Wabam is one of the sponsors of the Big D podcast. We are literally so excited to be partnered with them. These guys literally have products here that you see that have stood the test of time. I'm a guy who's totally fanatic about my vehicles, and I've tried every single product on the market, and I've never seen anything do what these guys' products are doing. So we're excited to be promoting these guys, partnering with these guys. Joe, tell us a little bit about your product.
Yeah, we're a family-owned company out of Wisconsin. We met you guys last year here, and we take a lot of pride in all the products. We cover the washing, the interior and the exterior detailing. We got ceramic sprays and all that. And, building relationships like this is what we love doing.
So, guys, make sure you check out getwabam.com. Use code BIGD10 to get yourself a discount.
Want to give a huge thank you to one of our sponsors for the Big D podcast, Proud Father Apparel. We got a nice new hoodie here. Check it out. Promises kept, Proud Father. Highest honor, Proud Father. We're incredibly grateful for the partnership with these guys. Go check out proudfatherapparel.com. Use code BIGD15. Get yourself some gear. Use the discount and support these guys, especially if you're a Proud Father. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do with Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. You're not stuck because of leads. There's something in your business right now that you're not seeing. And it's costing you every single week. Most business owners never figure this out. That's exactly why we break that down at the 7-Figure Blueprint Live Intensive. And if you want to see what's actually holding you back, click the link below and lock your seat in.
Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game from the ground up. Now they all know the name, Big D, Big D.
My business at this point was not scalable. I was stuck. I remember talking to my mentor and I said, why can't I grow? He said, you're a control freak. You've got your hand in everything. The minute you let go and you allow others to do, your business will grow. My business wasn't sellable. It wasn't freeing. I was trapped. It was exhausting day in and day out, working 100 hours a week. Some of you right now are feeling this. Some of you are like, hey man, this guy's talking about me. Understand, I was there. You answer every single phone call. You try to solve every single problem. You approve every single estimate. Every time a customer is upset, you got to come in and be the guy to take care of it. You're answering text messages at dinner time, family events, kid time, whatever it is. You're checking your emails at your kid's game, missing a home run, missing a shot on the basketball court, whatever it is. You lie awake at night, can't sleep because you don't know how you're going to make your payroll. Sound familiar? This is not entrepreneurship. No, it's not. It's poor leadership. And that's very hard to hear. It was hard for me to hear, but it's true. And I had to hear it too because I would have never evolved. Here's the question I ask every single client. If you disappeared for 30 days, what would happen? Would your team know what to do? Would your customers still be served? Would your sales continue to grow? Would your payroll happen? Would your business operate without even connecting with you at all over the next 30 days? Or would everything stop? Or would you come back to a mess? Most people would say I would come back to chaos. I would come back to a disaster. I would have to fix everything that happened in that 30-day period. Because if everything stops when you stop, you don't own a business. You own a stressful job that owns you. And it's very bad because you're buried with the overhead of exhaustion, the overhead of needing to serve everybody else before you serve yourself. And that's not freedom. You got involved in business to have freedom. Your business was supposed to give you freedom and support it, but it's doing everything besides that. It's stealing all the things that you wanted. You didn't build a business if this is you. You built yourself a job with overhead. The moment most entrepreneurs realize that they're building the wrong thing and they allow themselves to let go, magic starts to happen. There were 4 versions of me in my business. I believe every single entrepreneur goes through these 4 stages, and I lived every single one of them. I remember version 1, Operator Dan, the guy who did everything. I was always the first one there. I was the last one to leave. I was running the estimates. I was managing the crews. I was answering the phones, putting out all the fires, collecting all the checks, cashing all the checks. I thought hustle solved everything. I thought nobody can do it better than me. And honestly, I had to let go of my ego because my ego loved being the need, loved being the one to always have to show up. And if that's you, I get it. Because being needed feels important until it doesn't. But it's a trap. The second version of me was the manager Dan. Eventually I started hiring people. And as I started hiring people, now I was managing people. Checking up on everybody all the time. That's exhausting. Following up all the time. Micromanaging all these little things. If I'm doing all this work, why aren't I doing it myself? Making sure everything's getting done, not allowing these people to show me it can get done without being on top of them. And I still couldn't let go. I didn't understand why. I didn't trust people. I thought leadership meant that I had to check up on everybody all the time. I thought if I wasn't involved in the everyday, standards would slip day in and day out. And while some of that was true, it still wasn't scalable. I wasn't going to grow because I had to become the manager of chaos now instead of just being the chaos. Then there was the third version of me. That was the leader, Dan. When I became the leader, something shifted in my business. I realized my job wasn't solving problems. It was developing people who can solve problems. I stopped asking, how do I do this? I started asking, who can own this? Who can do this? Leadership isn't doing all the time. Leadership is developing. Leadership is trusting. Leadership is standards, setting those standards. Leadership is accountability, holding others accountable to show up. Leadership is uncomfortable conversations that you don't want to have. It's helping people become better so that your business and you can become better. It's not being the crutch of people. So that was a great lesson. That was a great development stage of my life. But I realized I was still stuck. I still couldn't get to that next spot. I still couldn't grow to the capacity that I believed I can grow. Till I hit the fourth version. So 3 took me to 4. When I hit the fourth version, I realized those 3 versions didn't even compare to what the fourth version did. Version 4 was the CEO Dan. That was the biggest shift in my business, all combined. The CEO does not wake up and say, what fire do I got to put out today? Is payroll covered? What do I need to figure out? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to email? The CEO asks, what systems need to be built so that fire never happens again? The CEO builds infrastructure. The CEO creates clarity. The CEO thinks strategically. The CEO focuses on the vision of the company. Most business owners have an identity problem. Did you hear that? Most business owners have an identity problem because the business cannot outgrow the person who's leading it. I had to do major personal development, to become the next version of me so the business can grow to the next version that it could be. Coming up next, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be walking you through, and I want you to pay attention, exactly what I teach my coaching clients, the framework, the KPIs, the leadership shifts, the hiring lessons, the mistakes that cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars, the conversations that nobody wants to have, the systems that finally created freedom in my life, and it's doing it for so many others that I coach as well. Because building a business isn't about working harder. Remember that. It's not about working harder. You're not going to make more if you do more. It's not how it works. It's about becoming the person who's capable of leading something bigger. So let's keep going. What I actually teach my clients. What does this look like? What is it? Many people say, hey, if you coached me and I worked with you through the Big D coaching program, what would I expect? People think that coaching is motivation. Understand something. I can't motivate you. I can inspire you to do things, show you, teach you, but motivation is self. We have to motivate ourselves. Nobody else can motivate us. It's not possible. People think I hop on calls and tell them to believe in themselves. That's not coaching. That's rah-rah. That's paying me for hype, and you're not going to do that. Coaching is helping people see what they can't see. Coaching is identifying the blind spots in people, the patterns, the limiting beliefs that they have, the avoidance. It's helping someone become a leader that their business requires where it is now and where it's going. I've coached people making $20,000 a month. I've coached people making $300,000 a month. I've coached people who are just getting started in business. I've coached people who've built incredible businesses and don't understand why their businesses aren't going anywhere anymore. And I can tell you something. The problems with the $20,000, the $300,000, the startup, they're all the same. The problem always leads to fear, control, avoidance, lack of clarity, lack of standards. And once you look at this, once you identify this, things just show up differently. The guy who was maybe afraid to hire, the guy who was afraid to fire, the person who's afraid to raise their prices to the market standard today, the person who's afraid to delegate, the guy who doesn't want to stop working in his business because I love what I do, another guy who just can't start, like he doesn't know where to go, different symptoms, same disease, whatever it is. Everybody's in this little circle, in this little bubble, and until we burst it, we're not going to be able to develop. And here's the framework I teach. I do it in steps. So step one is your identity. So when you look at your identity, who are you becoming? Not what do you want, not how much money do you want to make, not how big do you want your coming. Who are you becoming? Who do you have to become? Because your business will never outgrow you. If you had to avoid conversations, your business is going to suffer. If you're inconsistent, your business is going to suffer. If you're emotionally reactive to things, your business is going to suffer. Everything rises and falls on leadership. You've heard this many times. The first person we coach is the person in the mirror. After 30, 60, 90 days of my clients, of beginning a process with them, they finally realize that they are the problem. They are stuck because they are stuck. Their business is stuck because they are stuck. The biggest limitation in your business, it's not your market. It's the version of you that's running it right now. Step two. Step two is the vision. Most entrepreneurs only have chaos in their life, not vision. They know they want more, but they don't know what more actually looks like. They know how much revenue, they know how much profit, they know how many employees, they know how much vacation time would be ideal, but what does success actually mean? Because if your success is not clearly defined, it's not going to be clearly developed. You'll never know anything when you achieve it if you don't understand what it is that you're going after. I ask my clients, what does your perfect week look like? Where are you? Who are you with? How much money are you making currently at that time? How often are you working in your business? Because if you don't know where you're going and you can't see it, then everything feels urgent and nothing ever happens. So we have to identify that place where you want to be, and then we have to figure out how we get from where you are to that spot and what it's going to take. Then the third step becomes the KPIs. The KPI in your business tell me everything. This is where your business becomes math. What gets measured in your business gets improved. Leads, appointments, closing ratios, revenue, profit, your market spend, your collection, your labor percentages, your job profitability. If you don't know your numbers, you're just guessing. If you're guessing is super expensive. You can't manage what you don't measure. Hope is not a strategy. Data beats drama every single day of the week. One of the biggest mistakes I made early on in my business was trying to keep everything in my head. I thought I could remember customers, estimates, schedules, follow-ups, invoices, the problems, the future, everything. The business doesn't scale on memory. It scales on systems, and it relies heavily on systems. That's why I recommend Jobber. If you're in a service-based business and you're still running your business through sticky notes, notebooks, spreadsheets, group text, whatever it is, Jobber helps you get things more solidified, more tight. You're making your life harder than it needs to be. Jobber is going to help you quote your jobs, schedule your crews, communicate with your customers, invoice faster, get paid quicker, create your organization and what you need, and everything that you need. And it's going to help push your business forward without you doing so much work or trying to remember everything. Go check out go.getjobber.com/Big D and try them out. You're going to get a discount using that code. Now let's keep going. I used to think in business, in the beginning days of my business, that loyalty meant keeping everybody in your business. Let's just start right there. If people are not good for your business, they're not good for your business. And you need to realize that quickly. I thought being here for a long time, that's a good thing. They're trying. They have effort. They want a job. I'll figure it out. They'll be better. Until I realize something. Keeping the wrong people hurts the right people from joining your business, hurts the right growth that your business deserves. The A players suffer. The culture suffers. The mission suffers. The customer suffers. The outcome suffers. Leadership isn't avoiding hard conversations. Leadership is having those conversations. The standards that you tolerate in your business become the culture that you create. Because that's so true in business. It's true in leadership. It's true in life. What we allow develops to the result that we get. I want you to ask yourself something. Where are you the bottleneck in your business? What are you refusing to let go of? What hard conversation have you been avoiding having? What standard have you lowered just to maybe keep somebody or just to get the job? Because the business that you're complaining about might actually be a reflection of the leadership and results that you've accepted. It's hard, right? But it's okay. Most business owners go there. But the good thing is it's fixable. It's only fixable when you become aware. And awareness creates change. Now let's get deeper. I want to talk about something that most entrepreneurs never ever discuss. The cost. Not the financial cost, not the emotional cost, but the real cost. The relation cost, the physical cost, and the long-term stress of it. Okay? Because I know guys that are doing multiple 7 figures and they are absolutely miserable. I know guys who are doing $300,000 a year. They have incredible marriages, amazing relationships with their kids. They're showing up to everything, peace of mind, and really are genuinely happy. Your revenue is not your scoreboard. The shit in your garage is not your scoreboard. The house that you pull up to is not your scoreboard. That's just stuff. And stuff doesn't develop the life that you actually wanted. It's just to expose the person that you want people to think you are. Remember, sitting at a dinner table, okay, I don't remember when it was, probably 15 years ago, 16 years ago, I was sitting at that dinner table and I was checking my phone. I was responding to customers. I was talking about estimates and, just things I had to do and how I was going to make payroll and all this stuff. And I was worrying about tomorrow. I was sitting there and my whole family was there. I was physically present, but I was mentally absent. And the scary part about that was I thought that I was being responsible. I thought that I was being and doing what a provider is supposed to do. I thought sacrifice, made me noble by doing everything until I realized something. I wasn't just sacrificing my time. I was sacrificing moments that I would never get back, conversations that I wouldn't remember, things that I wasn't connected to, moments that my kids would feel like they were neglected, my kids' games, dinner with them, where I wasn't present, so was it really dinner? Vacations where I was always working and I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, vacating, that time to put with them. So people often talk about vacation. Like I don't go on vacation anymore because I don't have to vacate my life any longer. I literally work. I love what I do. And I schedule my life and then my work gets scheduled in after my life is planned out. So I don't have to vacate my everyday and then be like, oh my God, it's over and we're going back to reality. I can't stand when people say that. That's a trap you put yourself into. I started being present. I started asking myself, what am I doing all of this for? Really? Because if I wanted to build this incredible business and lose myself and lose the business and lose the people and lose the ones I cared about and the reason why I was doing it all throughout the process, am I actually winning? Am I going to win? Success without presence eventually makes you feel empty. And trust me, I've been there. Because that lands very differently, especially when a person lived it like I did. So if that's you right now, understand something. I get it. if I can go back, I tell the younger version of myself, people ask me this all the time. What would you tell the younger version of yourself? I would say, stop wearing exhaustion like a trophy. Stop bragging about how busy you are, Dan. Stop thinking that stress equals the importance of who you are. Being overwhelmed doesn't make you successful. It makes you unsuccessful. Missing your life while building that badge of honor does nothing but destroy your life. And nobody ever tells entrepreneurs this, because entrepreneurship doesn't come with a guidebook. You can build the business, you can grow the revenue, you can create the wealth, the money. But understand that you can do it without sacrificing every part of yourself day in and day out. And I wish I had learned that sooner. I wish someone would have told me the business is supposed to support your life, not drain your life. It's not supposed to take your life away. It's supposed to give you the life you want and be the supporter to it. Your life isn't supposed to support the business. And I know that some of you listening right now know exactly what I'm talking about. You haven't taken time away, a vacation, call it, with your family. You haven't been mentally present in years. You've convinced yourself that someday you're going to slow down, but you're just going to ride the wave right now because, hey, who knows if it's going to be here in the future. You save some time, but you lose so much. You don't do things, with purpose. You do things because you think they're serving a purpose. You can't build it that way. It's never going to allow you to give you the gift of what life truly is. If you don't intentionally build freedom in your business, you're going to accidentally build a prison and live in it for a very long time. I want to give a quick shout out to another sponsor of the Big D Podcast, Smart Credit. One thing I've learned is that most entrepreneurs know exactly how much revenue they did last month, but they don't actually have a clue where their credit score is. That's insane. Most guys are overextended. Your credit impacts opportunity, borrowing power, leverage, your future. Financial awareness really, really matters in your business and what you're doing. You should know your numbers. You should protect your identity. You should understand where you stand if you wanted to do something right now. Take advantage of their 7-day trial just for $1. Go to www.smartcredit.com/BigDanOfficial and take advantage of a free 7-day trial. It's just $1. Okay. And you only have to put $1 in there because if you end up, extending it, they're going to charge you for the remaining time. So it's just $1. I call it free. $1 is nothing. You waste $10 to $20, $30 a day on nothing. This is a good trial. It'll help you understand it. And within 30 days, you're going to start seeing a difference. So it's going to make managing what you do very wise and understanding. So I really encourage you to go check them out. I want to talk about something right now. Why proximity changes everything. One of the biggest mistakes that most entrepreneurs make that I've met in my life is that we always try to figure things out alone until we understand that that's not the way. But most people never get past that. Everyone tries to do this for a long time by themselves, but very few actually realize, hey, I can't do it by myself. I did it. I changed. I realized it. I know the difference from that version to this version because I thought asking for help was a weakness. Most men do. I thought coaching meant that I didn't know enough and I wasn't confident enough in my ability to do things. I thought I had to earn the right to ask questions to certain people. That mindset cost me many years and hundreds of thousands of dollars and ultimately bankruptcy at a young age at 24 years old because I didn't ask for help. People always say throughout that trial of my life, from 17 to 24, you made all that money, but then you lost it all. What was the one thing you regret? I said never asking for help, thinking I could do it on my own. That ego was so big. The pride was so huge. I had to let that shit go. And all the money that I lost is not comparable to the things that happened years later when I started using the resources that were available, talking to the people that would give me answers that I just simply didn't know because I was no longer thinking I can do it all by myself. Understanding that proximity matters is super important. The people around us matter. The conversations that you're having matter. The things that you do right now that you try to figure out for 5 years, you can literally collapse time and do it in 5 months if you got the right information and the right people. 5 months from now, you can be 10 years from now, as long as you're willing to get coached and be connected to other people. This is why I coach people, because I help them collapse time. If I didn't have this in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today. I had very expensive lessons, and I try to help my clients avoid them. Painful lessons, stressful lessons, very expensive lessons. And now I help people shorten that learning curve because it's super important, right? And now being able to do that, I've coached contractors, I've coached doctors, financial advisors, all different types of business owners, from restaurant owners to media companies. The reality is this. People don't need more information. Every business operates the same. We just got to put the business inside of the operation and create the right systems for it. But at the end of the day, everything needs systems, KPIs, SOPs, all that stuff. People don't need perspective. They need accountability. They need somebody there to push them. Just like the best NFL players, the best NBA players, the biggest people in the world have coaches, because they have someone holding them accountable to a higher standard and not allowing them to come and play themselves short. They need somebody who's willing to tell them the truth and avoid all the mistakes that they're going to make anyway. Let's just help you avoid them and collapse time. The fastest way to grow, most people think, is to work harder. Absolutely not true. It's getting around people who see what you can't. Did you hear what I said? It's getting around people who see the things that you cannot see, because that right there is the truth. I think real success looks different than social media teaches us. Most people think they're going to watch a YouTube video, they're going to check out an Instagram reel, they're going to go on TikTok, and they're going to learn how to be successful. It doesn't work that way. Real success is being able to leave your phone in another room. Leave your phone for a whole day. Real success is taking your family out to dinner, your kids, whatever it is, and being fully present. Real success is going away with your family, what used to be a vacation, but now it's time away, without checking emails 15 minutes because you no longer have to vacate. Real success is building a business that creates opportunities and options for you and the people involved. Real success is peace. When you've hit that peace, man, you've really arrived. Real success is alignment. Everything in your life is aligning. There's no such thing as balance. Balance doesn't work. You can't balance things in your life, but you can align them so that they work together and you get the full fulfillment of what all of it's supposed to look like. When your publicity matches who you are privately, that's success. When your values and your actions start to line up, that's success. When your family gets the best version of you every single day, that's success. When you wake up every single day and you look at yourself and you know that you've done your best, you show up your best, and you are literally going out there and becoming and living inside the best version of yourself, that's success, not what's left of you. Success is not money. Money is a vehicle. Success is just an opportunity to create some money so that you can have options in your life. Money does matter, but it's not everything, because one day nobody's going to remember your revenue. They're going to remember who you are. They're not going to remember your closing ratio. They're not going to remember how many estimates you sold. They're not going to remember, what trucks you had or what cars you had or how many offices you had. They're going to remember who you were. They're going to remember how you made them feel. They're going to remember if you were present or if you weren't. They're going to remember if you loved well or if you didn't. They're going to remember if you led well or you didn't. They're going to remember if you lived well or you didn't. That's what they're going to remember. So here's my challenge to you. This week, delegate one thing. Track those KPIs, whatever they are. Okay? Have one hard conversation. Protect 1 hour just to strategically think about what you want to do and how you want to execute. Turn your phone off at family dinner. You go on a date night with your wife or your spouse, whoever, man, woman, whatever it is, turn your phone off. You're out with your kids, turn your phone off. If you're at a family dinner, turn your phone off. Be fully present for once. Ask yourself, am I building a business that supports my life, or am I sacrificing my life for my business? Ask yourself that question, because the answer to that is going to change everything. If this episode hit you, I would be honored if you subscribe. 70% of you who watch the Big D episode month after month, week after week, you aren't even subscribed to our channel. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, like this episode, share this episode, leave a comment. How are you feeling? We will respond to you. Share with another entrepreneur who you know that you were thinking about while this episode was playing, who you should share with you. If you're serious about growing your business and becoming the leader that your company requires you to be, go check out bigdcoaching.com. There's a questionnaire in there. We'll really answer a lot of questions about you, who you are, and where you are. And if you want to surround yourself with high-level entrepreneurs and people who are building businesses and becoming better leaders, connect on there as well. I've got a community, unbelievable. We get together once a month. We teach so many different things. We show. We help people answer questions. You're connected. And I want to also just throw it back and give a huge thank you to our sponsors. Wabam, Never Broken, Proud Father, Jobber, and Smart Credit. Thank you so much. And guys, go out there, check out abilitytree.org, support them. This is the Big D podcast. We talk about wealth, freedom, relentless execution, and remember this, okay? You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. Become the leader that your family needs, that you need. Protect what matters most, your life. And don't spend your entire life building a business, only to realize that you forgot to enjoy the life that you were trying to build while you were building your business and it took you away. Till next time, I'll see you.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. Relentless execution, we don't